Hey guys, we're Danny and Melissa, along with our kids Emma and Jacob and our dog Sadie. We travel the country full time in our 2024 Brinkley.
We're going to give you our top tips that we have learned while being on the road the last year, and some must-have items that you should have before you hit the road.
With some bonus items.
Let's do it.
We are Danny,
Melissa,
Emma, Jake,
and
we are 4 Simple Lives.
Tip number 1 of things we wish we knew before we went full time, and that is to stay longer in places. Last year we traveled for about 9 months, and I had us moving every 2 to 4 days on the regular. So this year we decided we're going to spend 7 days at each location. Cuts down on people's fatigue, being in the truck, traveling all the time, setting up and disassembling the RV. So we decided we're going to stay 7 days everywhere we go.
and we get to see more.
Yeah, we get to see more, we get to enjoy the beach like this.
Have chill days.
Yeah, everybody needs a chill day when you're full time.
Yeah.
And one of the main things that I decided when we were booking this year is to stay closer to the attractions. Last year we would, stay somewhere and want to go to a national park that was an hour and 20 minutes away. And then we spent all our time in the truck. So we decided to stay longer, move less frequently, and also stay near the attractions that we wanted to be. A lot of times you go places and there's 2 national parks within an hour and a half of each other. We would just stay at one and drive to the other one.
Yeah.
This year we're not doing that. We'll stay at the one national park for a week, then we'll move over to the next one for another week.
And we're farther away from Sadie if we're doing all that driving too, which is another concern.
Yeah, we're when you get in the national park and then you got to drive 20, 30 minutes in the national park. So you're an hour and a half, 2 hours away from the dog. So we decided to stay as close as we can, so we have more time to spend there, get rid of that burnout, and we can enjoy the places that we go.
Okay, tip number 2. The rallies are the best way to meet people. We have met many of our great friends at rallies, from Grand Design rallies when we had our travel trailer to Less Junk, More Journey, Finding Our Someday, when they put on different huddles and different rallies, Nightlight Rally,
Yep.
RV Unplugged Rally. Emma has met her best friends at an RV Unplugged Rally. And yeah, we've met some amazing people at the rallies. I definitely recommend them to meet people. Yeah.
So if you're on the road full time and you get those ups and downs,
Yes.
you might have a hard time finding your people to sign up
Yes.
for a rally. Whatever rally you can get into. We've met lifelong friends at rallies.
Absolutely.
Worth it.
And the good thing is we meet up with them while we're on the roads too. So it's been good. Nice. Okay, tip number 3. We do not have a washer and dryer in our Brinkley. The Z3110 did not come with hookups. Plus, I think if we even had hookups in there, I don't think I would want one either, because I would just be doing laundry 24/7 with all the 4 of us in there. Laundry facilities at the RV parks, some of them will take quarters, some of them will have apps, so you will end up having several different apps on your phone. It's kind of annoying, but it is what it is. And then some places, keep in mind, the ones that make you do quarters, they don't always have change facilities there. So just make sure that you have quarters always on you, and be prepared to download many apps of laundry. And another thing that we noticed, make sure you are paying attention to the temperature of the dryer. We have had some burned clothes. Really sucks. It was Danny's brand new shorts that he just bought, and they were burned. So just pay attention to the temperature of the dryer.
Tip 4 for you guys. Always remember that plans can change when you're RVing. That's why Melissa and I always think it's important that she knows how to do everything on the outside, and I know how to do everything on the inside. So generally her roles are on the inside and my roles are on the outside. So recently my dad just had an emergency. He had a fall and he had a pretty bad incident from that. So I brought Melissa and the kids up to Savannah, Georgia, and then I got a rental car and drove down, and I was there for 5 nights. So that proved the importance of Melissa, both parties, knowing how to do everything on the RV. So Melissa had to empty the tanks. She had to make sure the propane was good, things like that. So
And I did it.
she didn't move the rig. We're not saying everybody knows how to move the rig.
No.
We made sure we went somewhere, and we had a 7-night stay there. I just left for 5 days. But it's important to know that plans can change, things can change on a dime when you're RVing.
Yes.
The good thing about this lifestyle is we're mobile.
Yep.
So we were actually in St. Augustine, Florida, just about 240 miles from our parents when this happened. So we could have brought the RV down there and brought the whole family on there, but we already had reservations in Savannah. So I just brought the family up about 150 miles to Savannah, got them settled, got a rental car, and then the next day I left and spent 5 days in Savannah, Georgia. So again, the importance of making sure both members of the traveling family understand how to do everything, both on the inside and the outside.
Yes, and definitely one of my goals of this year is to be a lot better with hooking up and towing, which is terrifying.
Yes, and that's actually one of my goals, is to not let her get good at towing, because I'm not going to sit in the passenger seat of that.
Well, I don't want you to sit in the passenger seat.
Where am I sit in the back
Sure, why not?
when you're towing?
Yes, you do. Here is tip number 5. This is how we do homeschool while we're on the road. The kids right here, very nicely, like good little children that they are doing school. Emma, you're in what grade?
6.
Jake, what grade are you in?
3rd.
3rd. We chose Acellus because it's all online based and very easy for the kids to keep up with. I have my parent portal that I'm able to track everything and make sure that they're doing what they're supposed to be doing. But I don't have to keep track of hours or what schoolwork they're doing or anything like that. It reports it all to Acellus, and that's how everything is tracked. Emma, tell the joke that you had at school today.
Why can't you trust atoms?
Why?
Because they make up everything.
We joined Acellus a year before we went on the road, just to make sure that we got all the kinks worked out. Everything was going good, and that the kids could actually liked it, and that we were able to get it done. All right, there you go. Right from the horse's mouth.
All right, guys, so we wanted to give you our top 5 must-haves that you need to have when you're RVing. So we'll start with number 1. Number 1 is a good set of wheel chocks. You have to have a good set of wheel chocks because your RV can be on an unflat, unlevel surface, and the RV can just roll. So we've had the rubber ones, we've had the cheap plastic ones, we found these really heavy-duty plastic chocks that we really like, so we've used them on 2 different RVs. So you can get a good set of RV wheel chocks on Amazon for about $20. The next item that is an absolute must-have is you must have a good water filter. Now, Melissa and I, we use these Camco Taste Pure RV water filters. We usually use them for about 6 weeks, and then you can discard them. The best thing we found, we have a lot of friends that do the water softeners and the inline water filters, filtration systems. To us, the water tastes like crap no matter what. So we just use these little filters, switch out every 6 weeks, and then we go and we buy water at the store. You can get a 2-pack of the Camco water filters on Amazon for 2 for $28. Another item that is a must-have is these collapsible traffic cones. There's nothing worse than being stuck on the side of the road at night and you're changing a tire on a highway and nobody can see you. So we've got a pack of 4 of these cones. Luckily, knock on wood, we've never had to use them, but it's a good idea if you're doing any maintenance on your RV, if it's in the middle of the night, dark, unsafe conditions, get some cones, put them around your RV so at least the people on the roads can see you. You can get a good set of collapsible safety cones on Amazon for $26. A great item to have is this. It's called a stink slink. So it holds your stinky slinky up. We found this one on Amazon for $40, I believe. It's really great. It goes up to 20 feet. We've had multiple different lengths of hose on it. So this is a must-have item for RVing. Another must-have item that we think is a must-have is this Flush King. This Flush King has come in clutch multiple times. A lot of people just connect their hose right to their sewer outlet on their RV, and that's fine, but with this you can flush it, you can put back pressure into your tank, and it also works if you have clogs. You can unclog it yourself by just simply backflowing it into it, and then you can pull this handle here. The Flush King is king. These go for $42 on Amazon. So we have 3 bonus items for you guys. To us, we consider them must-haves, but just to get on the road and start your adventure, these are not must-haves. Number 1 is the Flagpole Buddy. This thing holds our Starlink. This is the Flagpole Bunny, and it's the Starlink Gen 2. We can just put it right here on our RV's ladder. If you don't have a ladder, they also have suction cups that you can put it on the side of your RV. And this keeps our Starlink up and out of the way from errant soccer balls from our children or rollerbladers that can't stay on 2 feet. So we really like to put it up here. Now the Starlink comes with a stand that you can put it on the ground and you can move it around. And we've used that quite a bit, especially if you're in an area where there's a lot of trees, you're in a national park or a state park, and your satellite doesn't have access to the satellites. But if we're in a nice giant open park like this, we love the Starlink Buddy. This is $210 on Amazon. Our second bonus item is this table right here. It's a King Camp aluminum folding table. We've had this thing probably 2 years. We've actually bought two for two of our great friends because we just rave about it. I usually use it for my Blackstone griddle that I put on here, but we use it for anything. We've put our TV out here. When we have a bunch of people over, we can put the food on there. So this thing is on Amazon for $110, I think. This is an absolute game changer. And our third bonus item, which happens to be my favorite, is this Honda 2200i companion generator. We've had this just about a year now, and it's really great when you're out boondocking and you don't want to miss those great locations. We've probably used this for 20 nights of boondocking in the last year, and it charges up our batteries in just a couple of hours. If we're not looking to charge our batteries, we can just plug it in and we can use some of the 110 outlets in our RV. The main thing about generators with an RV is why it says the 30 amp companion. So the great part about this generator is that it comes with this plug right here, and then it's a 30 amp adapter. So you can just plug it in. You have a 30 amp right there. So if you have a 30 amp RV, that's perfect for you. If you have a 50 amp RV, then you just buy you a couple of 30 to 50 dog bones. You can plug it right into the generator and you can plug the power cord in just like you're sitting at the pedestal at an RV park. This Honda generator is absolutely great. These have been around for, I mean, we hear stories about people that have had Honda generators for 20 years and they're finally just upgrading. Not because anything's wrong with it, just because they're ready to get a new one. It looks a little nicer. So the Honda 2200i inverter companion, boom. Melissa will put the description on all these items below because I don't know how to do that.
What is your top memory from our year of full-time RVing?
Doing mini golf at my birthday
Yeah. And who do we do mini golf with?
with Miss Amy and Mr. Jim.
Yeah. That was a great time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you had a lot of fun.
Mm-hmm.
What was the cool thing that we got to see at the mini golf that was all over the place?
Iguanas.
Yeah. What'd you think about that?
Oh my God, they're everywhere.
Yeah. Emma,
Yes.
what is your top memory of our year of full-timing? And why?
I really liked when we went to Glacier with the Garbers.
Yeah. And why?
Because we got to have so much fun. We played Legos. We got to bike around and mess around outside.
And Glacier, what'd you think of Glacier?
Cold, but fun. It was fun.
Really pretty?
Yes.
Yeah. So we should go back to Glacier then?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay, my top moment of the last year of RV travel would definitely be paddleboarding in the Keys. We went paddleboarding one day at Sunshine Key when we were staying there. We saw sea turtles, starfish, went to this little island. It's really pretty over there. The water was amazing. We just had a great time with our friends Jim and Amy. So I think that was definitely my favorite memory of the last year. Danny, you got one?
Yes.
Okay.
My favorite memory was an epic 21-day trip that we spent with our great friends, the Garbers. They live in Idaho. We went there and stayed on their property for about a week. And we all went to a state park near them for a few days. And then we all traveled to Glacier and Yellowstone National Parks with each other. We camped in Glacier National Park, dry camping. We also got to spend an epic night at Pat's uncle's house. He owns a farm, a ranch in Montana. We're surrounded by horses and cows, and we don't get to see them much since we haven't been stationed with each other in many years. So we got to spend 21 uninterrupted days, and it was awesome.
Yes. Yeah, that's the great thing about full-time is we get to meet up with friends that we don't always see all the time. Okay, tip number 5. This is how we do homeschool. We got some dog drama going on out here. Sadie's on patrol. All right, so tip number 5. And all right, cut.
And you can get a good set of, what are these called again?
Collapsible safety